Divorce can be an incredibly traumatic experience, and it is important to ensure that you take the right steps in order to protect yourself as much as possible. In this video, we will go over the power of attorney during divorce and provide some tips on how to navigate the process. We will also look at how different countries handle their laws with regards to divorce, so stay tuned. When it comes to navigating the legal aspects of getting divorced, having a strong understanding of power of attorney can make all the difference in protecting your rights and interests during this difficult time. Power of attorney gives someone else, usually an experienced lawyer or financial advisor, permission to act on behalf of another person when making decisions about assets or other financial matters. This means that if you have been served with papers regarding a potential divorce, then both parties should seek independent legal advice immediately after receiving these documents. It's important to remember that there are certain guidelines governing power of attorney agreements between spouses in various states throughout North America. For example, California requires 2 witnesses present when signing such documents, while in Texas, no witnesses are required whatsoever due to its community property law, which divides marital assets between spouses without requiring specific consent from either party involved. Similarly, UK couples must obtain separate advice before entering into any legally binding agreement concerning division of property upon dissolution. Australia enforces what's known as no-fault divorce, wherein one spouse does not need proof nor blame placed upon them by their partner in order for courts granting dissolution orders, although lawyers may still be necessary depending on individual circumstances surrounding asset division, etc. Whereas Canadian provinces differ slightly but generally follow similar lines, whereby persons seeking divorces must declare they have irreconcilable differences before filing official paperwork with respective court systems across Canada. Outside Quebec, where private family law contracts seal agreements made between married individuals prior dissolving unions through civil courts instead. In addition, it's wise for those considering filing uncontested divorces intending to retain full control throughout proceedings, consider designating proxy decision makers beforehand, especially if both parties cannot communicate effectively concerning issues mutual finances, debts, children, visitation schedule, etc. This might mean assigning temporary guardianship, minor children, appointing powers attorneys, administering investments, settling insurance claims, covering medical bills, handling tax returns, among myriad other potential duties involved, separating households, splitting joint accounts, dividing marital possessions equitably, etc. The key here being each state jurisdiction governs its own rules, regulations regarding terms, conditions under which proxies appointed serve, duration, representation afforded them to, so always consult qualified professionals, familiar local statutes, fully understand scope, limitations, associated designation, representatives, name those authorities granted, perform particular tasks behalf. This video does not provide legal, financial, or tax advice. The information provided in this video is for informational purposes only and should not be interpreted as legal advice. If you require legal advice, please contact a qualified attorney, for example by signing up for a free course on our website Divorce Lab Pro. We will connect you with pre-selected lawyers or other experts you may need. Join our free course to learn how to navigate the divorce process. Learn about the negative impact of divorce on you, children, and family, and how to protect your rights. Pre-selected experts are available to help men through this difficult time. Get it free now at Divorce Lab Pro. Understand the legal implications of a power of attorney. It is important to understand that when you sign a power of attorney, you are giving someone else the authority to act on your behalf in certain matters. Make sure that any person who will be given this responsibility is trustworthy and reliable. This person should have an understanding of the law and be able to make decisions in your best interests. Consider all options before signing a power of attorney document, as it can have serious consequences if misused or abused by another party. Ensure that all parties involved fully understand their rights and responsibilities under the agreement before signing anything. Be aware that some countries may require additional documents such as witness statements or notarized signatures for powers of attorney agreements to be legally binding. Check with local authorities for more information about specific requirements in your area. Research different types of powers available so you can choose one which suits your needs best. There are general, limited, durable, and springing powers available depending on what type of decision-making authority you wish to grant another individual over yourself for property assets owned by yourself or jointly with others. Spouse. Seek professional advice from qualified lawyers if necessary. They can provide guidance on how best to structure these arrangements according to applicable laws in each jurisdiction where relevant assets are located. USA, UK, etc. Draft clear instructions outlining exactly what tasks decisions may be made using this authorization, including details such as time frames within which decisions must be made, limits placed upon spending amounts, etc., so there is no confusion later down the line regarding expectations between both parties involved, grantor and agent. Keep copies of all paperwork related to this arrangement safe at home. Ensure original documents remain secure either through filing them away securely at home or storing them electronically via password-protected cloud storage services like Dropbox, etc. Avoid granting too much control over finances assets without proper oversight mechanisms being put into place first. Appointing trusted family members, friends who could monitor activity periodically and report back any suspicious behavior immediately if needed. Do not allow anyone else access personal bank accounts unless absolutely necessary, and only after obtaining written permission from account holders themselves beforehand. Remember that once signed off on, powers of attorney cannot easily revoked without going through lengthy court proceedings, so think carefully before making any commitments here. If possible, try negotiating alternative solutions instead, such as setting up joint ownership structures whereby both spouses retain equal control over shared assets rather than relying solely upon POS alone. Encourage couples facing marital difficulties not just focus solely upon divorce, but also consider other alternatives, such mediation sessions aimed at resolving disputes amicably outside courtrooms whenever possible. Remind men considering filing petitions for divorce against their wives about potential long-term impacts associated with breaking up families, especially those involving children. Encourage them instead seek out counseling services designed specifically to help couples work through issues together peacefully, rather than resorting straight away towards separation proceedings. No matter what country you live in or what stage your marriage is, and whether happily married and wanting just extra protection or beginning stages separation, already finalized papers filed, having clear understanding, power attorney able help maintain sense security even amidst most tumultuous times within relationship. Create peace mind knowing well taken care of spite whatever troubles may arise. Result pursuit independence free future life apart former beloved partner. Join our free course to learn how to navigate the divorce process. Learn about the negative impact of divorce on you, children, and family, and how to protect your rights. Pre-selected experts are available to help men through this difficult time. Get it free now at DivorceLab Pro.